with the shifting sands. So they choose to switch to Ra, which is a reasonable choice, I think. And here we go. Uranos, Thor, Thor, Ra, Uranos, Isis. What are the starting positions? For TBL, they are on the bottom. And let's look at Seattle. He has a pretty good spot for the hunt. He doesn't have to build another granary to get to these hippos, so that's going to help him quite nicely. Looking at Gold Lion, he has second gold right in his base. Not that he would particularly need it as an ETI, but fine as well. And Marco, he on the other hand has a gold quite far away, but it shouldn't really matter all that much. It's not all that horrible. As for dots, well, J4 has a pretty much standard spot. Good hunt. He's already discovered further hunts he's going to take soon. And now we see that Marco is already taken one of the relics, which is cheaper walls and gates. Okay, so he wants to wall up and expects some rushing and such. And continuing with the description of the starting positions, T2 is basically similar to Gold Lion, or has a good spot as well. Second gold being close to him. And the last one, Shia. That's a standard spot as well. Concerning DCs, yeah, that's similar as last time. Yesterday we could see. This is the third of Seattle, and that's pretty horrible placement because it's on a peninsula that's going to be closed this way. So it's going to be definitely better for the aggressive Shia West Thor. This does not really bode well for Seattle. Other TCs seem to be rather okay. This is, well, for an Eggy against a Thor, that's pretty forward and might be difficult to defend if he wants to go for it. So we maybe will see the Eggies taking their back TCs rather than the forward ones. Well, Seattle would be kind of a surprise if he went for the further one. So let's see what are the other relics. This is a cavalry and chariot archer hit points. That's a pretty neat one, especially if the Thors are going to do some raiding. Another relic, 20% villager food carrying capacity. That's a great one. 5% hoplite spearman of Sark Murmula hack attack. Well, not that awesome, but it could be useful for the Aegis especially. And this one, minus 10% myth units food wood gold cost. We don't have any grease here, not all that decisive. And another relics here. This one, that's a better crush attack for Ram Helapoli siege towers, and Seattle is taking, wow, plus 40% villager hit points. Oh my, that's awesome defense against raids. That's a very good one. And how about this one? Minus 25% unit training time. Again, we don't have any Greeks here, so not really all that important to anyone. This is probably, yeah, plus 2 scout unit LOS. Okay, so that's just to fill the ranks here. Nothing interesting. We're at 330 and T2 already has an upgrade up. It's going to be quite soon. So maybe we'll see some interest in Rush. How about Shia? You already have Temple up, so you might be interested. Yeah, just click the upgrade as well. So that's gonna be a decent time. J4 just now building, so he'll be a bit slower than the other. Around 5 minutes, 5:30. And these guys, Marco is going up right now. Means pretty early up, to be honest. So he's counting with some early aggression here, and he's already walling up. Hotline has just now clicked, and Seattle also just now. Well, the times are not really slow, so they are counting. It seems TBL is really expecting some kind of rush or some such. And from the very early advance of T2, I would expect as well. Looking at the map, actually, Marco has a decent map to wall up. He has some choke points here. Here, he can choke up as well. And this seems, yeah, this will definitely be closed up, so there will be no way through. So he can pretty much be safe here. Although he does have to relinquish the TC. Sorry for the moment, I had some dealings other than this, and I'm back with the game. And yeah, Tito is just scouting here and looking for some interesting stuff, while Shia is going for a second TC, which obviously these Eggies are as well, and yeah, they are taking the back one. This is not really going to help. Everyone is going for a second TC. Marco as well. J4, yeah, he has some trouble here from Gold Lion, but that's gonna be taken care of pretty easily. Oh, come on. Wow, these are pretty good, the shifting sense actually, because he took all J4's military units and transported them here. That was a good play from Marco. And yeah, as you can see, J4 just commenting in this, and yeah, this is bad for him really. Because he will lose some of those, maybe all of them, if he chooses the wrong way around here. Which it seems he does. So here we play this slow down. The scouting from T2 is going on, and he's picking up the relics. We could already see one going here. So he already has Spin and Murmilo attack. And some small raiding on J4's villagers, so he's getting that tough break here. Both with the TC and with those. Yeah, that's going to hurt him. If he can manage to take it down. Yeah, will he? Yes, we will. Tough break. And here we see some early fighting from T2 and God Lion. Well, to be honest, I expected a bit more from T2 with this very early advance, but he probably went there to secure some of the important relics. In this map are pretty decent ones, and usually they help you a lot. Other than that, Seattle is making some quite brutal wall in here, so he really wants to keep this safe. Is perhaps someone up in already? I wouldn't really expect it. But seeing as not much is really going on, yeah, we can see Marco will be up in soon. He's ready for it. And other than that, Gold Lion is trying to take some initiative here and put some pressure on the dots. And we see a heroic advance from Shia. Yeah, as we could see, nothing was going on, so that was a kind of a good spot to go for it. And this kinda tells you what's going to happen. This is pretty much heading for some double Ragnarok or some such fun. And of course Prosperity, which spells another heroic age. It's time from the Isis, obviously. Yeah, there's some raiding attempted, but they came late for the TC, so no harm done to dots. And we see a lot of Eggy spells being cast, so heroics coming up, and we're going to see some fun soon. Godlion is meanwhile housed. Yet we'll wait in a bit for this house to come up. Otherwise he's just frolicking here with T2. Seattle is up, same as Shia. And Shia is definitely wanting to keep Seattle off his 3rd TC here. And he's walling up, and well, does he see this Migdal? Probably not. The wolf can't really see that far, so he'll be in for a surprise in a bit. Meanwhile, there's some interesting battle where Goat Lion went into some battle he really shouldn't have. And yeah, and right, another Migdal, so he wants to push through, probably to get to his TC, which is understandable, and we're going to see some fun with siege ships. Okay, Shia saw that, or wants to go water himself. And this is going to be quite some interesting battle soon. Meanwhile, Godlion is going for his 3rd. That's a good one. And Marky Marco is trying to secure the position here. I think he's building way too back. Might have built a bit more forward here to cover the TC better. Have some kind of double row win. Other than that, yeah, Godline is trying some raiding, but J4 is on top of it, so not really something going to happen here. And we see forest fire here from Shia. That doesn't really help him, to be honest. And yeah, here are the ancestors, because this is an important battle with flaming weapons on for the Thor. One Migdal is down, so that's basically what Shia did this for. Take down some of the DCs, Migdals. And T2 is going to join the fray. Okay, and he has a lot more army here than on Goat Lion. But Shia's army was devastated by these ancestors, and enough army from Seattle near the Migdals. So he takes back, and well, nothing really Seattle can do about this anytime soon. But still, if Goat Lion doesn't follow up with more army here, the 2v1 will come in like quite soon. Quite the balls here by Seattle, building the Migdals so offensively, and there's so many units there. How about some upgrades? Seattle doesn't have any, whereas Shia, does he have? Yeah, he has medium cavalry, so that's fine. Yes, at least something. And what about this infantry? Nothing yet. So it seems this Migron might come up in the end. It will be damaged a bit, but just might come up. How about J4 on the other side? Marky Marco is trying to attack here, and J4 is having some kind of... Seems he's having a bit of trouble here, because he's going to lose this threat forward TC, it seems, as Marky Marco is really advancing on him. And Shia has lost TC actually here, because, well, Seattle amassed quite some nice number of these siege towers. They are getting wrecked here, dots, which is kind of surprising, seeing how good defensive position they had. And the advantage of T2 compared to Gold Lion, really. And yeah, T2 is trying to take the third, but Gold Lion saw that and is trying to disrupt that quite successfully, of course, and it's gonna cost T2 some release, which is quite unfortunate at this point, because he needs the extra pop to battle on this east front. Well, Shia is going to be housed a bit, because obviously there were some houses taken down. That's going to be a bit tough here. He recognizes this and tries to build some buildings here. And, well, Seattle is definitely going aggressive on that. On the other side, J4 is going quite nicely here against Marky Marco. It seemed that he had some troubles there, but was able to overpower him in the end. And this forward Migro is going down. At the same time, J4 probably doesn't have all that many time and resources, extra military units to build this TC, so he's going to be fighting an uphill battle against the 3 TCs for some time. T2 was able to recapture the TC, so he's fine right now. And this, though, is looking kind of bad for Seattle. For Seattle, sorry, for Shia, because Seattle is really eating into his base right now. If he takes down these houses, not sure if Shia can actually build them as fast, kind of somehow stem damage here. Yeah, Seattle is going for another Migdol, and he's playing this really well. That's a nice one. Seattle really lacking field of view on this, and one Wolfsark building this town center. That's a good play from Shia. How about the middle? Yeah, this is basically the anti-battle, and J4 is trying to join it after dispatching Marky Marco's army. That is closing in though, and that's, well, not really a strong one against Huskarus, really. This battle seems kind of even, but yellow is really eating into the teal now. And to be honest, Seattle is owning Shia at this point. Yeah, it's just won 1 TC, but the second one is going to help him immensely, at least stem the tide here. He has some upgrades. How about the Eggy? Still nothing, only against buildings, building fire, really. And in the middle, how is it with upgrades? Gold Lion, just mediums. T2, well, he has some more here, some armor upgrades. How about J4? Yeah, he has quite nice upgrades here. But so does Marky Marco. That was a nice initiative, but all it really takes from Leggy is exactly this. Few sieges and extra units to take care of anything that wants to repair this, and it's gone. Yeah, this is a massacre of the Willies. Everyone is just heroic, no one yet in Mythic. I would kind of expect that someone could be in soon. Yep, and we're going for Ragnarok here, as J4 is up and into Mythic. Again, Marco is trying to secure J4's third TC. Well, that's soon gonna go in waste, because Ragnarok is going to take care of those pretty easily. And here we go. So, what ups do you have? Bronze shields and copper mail, with copper weapons. Alright, that's going to be wrecking some buildings there. On this front, Seattle is trying to build on Chia's home TC, which is kind of a tough battle, and Chia is giving it all he can. And finally, DoD is going to help him, so that's going to decide the situation here, at least for the moment. And, well, Seattle should really concentrate to take up this TC, but he has a tough time. But not now, because there was a dock and there's not, so Seattle is owning the water here, so it's just waiting for it to happen. And, well, okay, here we go. Unfortunately, this seems like a bit premature flaming weapons, as Marco is trying to take this 30C. Well, this didn't go too well, and he's probably, J4 is hoping to take down all this base of Seattle. Well, that's kind of a play on one card, because he's gonna be in a tough situation against 40-seat Marco, who will be able to pretty much easily merge him, because as you can see, the trade is already going on. What kind of lag is this? Nothing, especially now. Good. I was worried there for a while that might drop. But we're going to see this battle to the fullest, and Seattle, yeah, here are the mercenaries. They are going to help with the Ragnarok. The other parts of the Ragnarok are going for the base here, and trying to take down the trading. Marco has just used the Son of Osiris here, and this position for him is pretty much okay. Tito is trying to cannot delete the Gold Lion from the middle of the map, secure some map position, and yeah, on the east, Seattle got tripled pretty much, so no worry, or really, no wonder he's losing. And well, this is a nice battle. And a bit of a Billy massacre on top of that. Someone should really take this TC. Nobody seems interested in it, really. And here, well, at this point it seems that this TC will stand at least for a while. Mercenaries are really helping here. And Gold Lion as well, obviously. Well, this is an interesting Tartarian gate. It's basically cast against the Willies, and they're doing their job. Tartarian spawns. Meanwhile, the Ragnarok is still going on, and they are having some trouble taking care of this. Yeah, there's a lot of houses if they destroyed all that, he might be able to sideline Seattle for a moment there. And he just noticed that and is doing right that. Slightly north side, Seattle is still holding this TC, and they really need some sieges here, dots. And here they go. Nice way to prolong the life of these Tartarians. But they did the damage, and God Lion is losing all the more villies here with normal units. Here, really nothing much is going on except Marco trying some some funny merc raiding, which is working out for him so far. And J4 actually built EC top of Seattle's first, so he's down from 4 TCs to 1. Because he already lost this guy, this one as well. And yeah, he's going down here very hard. This TC obviously was basically to give some temporary advantage. It won't really stay all that long, it seems. But at least it stalled Seattle and kept him off taking the TC. And that's all that counts, really. Because as long as your opponent cannot build any units, you're fine. And Dochia is going for the third again, and that's going to turn the battles here. Whereas Tito is defending the middle quite nicely. Just putting Portline under some quite nice pressure. Ragnarok is still going on, and he's just looking around here, but these Tymphalian birds are doing damage here. Yep, this mercenary fun. That sucks against Senegi. And as we can see, we're going to see some Titan. If we get there. Some heroes of Ragnarok are still alive, and he's using them to not sure what, but he saved them. And at this time, Seattle is really down. I guess he seriously has to pick himself up, or going to be in trouble. Shia is waiting for another TC here, and he's going to be 4 up. So he'll be in a very good position to actually do something here. Someone should really help him with these Tymphalian birds, because Thor doesn't really have all that much to do against that. Well, as soon as Tito gets here on this village, that's going to be fun. And yeah, he's here. Oh, that's going to be some wreckage here. And it seems Marco does not really see this. Now he does. And he's using all the wills against the army, which is a reasonable supposition here. And yeah, situation is going to be solved by Goldline quite soon. And we have Titan Gate from the T2, so Titans will be coming up soon. J4 is getting kind of destroyed here. Well, but that was kind of expected when he went Ragnarok and had 4 TCs against him, so not really a surprise. But they are playing, that was the strategy of DoD, and it might just pay off, because they did stem Seattle, who was very aggressive there and was destroying Chia. So now the destroying part switched to the left side. And yep, here we are. Nicely protected against god powers. And in the middle Well, T2 is basically doing his job, but he's still staying basically on the same side, on the same spot. You don't really see him moving forward, so he's having a tough time here against Lion. And how about Xia? How are his efforts? Well, he's like 1 against 1.5 because Gold Lion is dividing his army against between here and the middle. And they were able to stop Xia from taking up this TC. Again, he's being pushed back. Those Tinfall Birds are really a problem for Thor. And that's why we have those. Meanwhile, quite a decent army of catapults. Yeah, that's going to cost for the last TC he has. And Marco is looking to take this TC. He should soon. He has the Willis ready here. And he's just cast Titan Gate. So we're going to see some fun Titan war. Xia is again trying to take this TC. It might seem just will succeed because Seattle really doesn't have anything here. He's going in the middle to do something here because they are trying to push against T2. And yeah, hey, here we see some fun against the Titan Gate. Well, this might do some damage. Oh, and here's the artillery, and yeah, against this artillery this won't stand. But he brought some army with him, so that was a good chance to take care of this. They somehow those were able to defend this well. That was well played, and this was damn close for them. But it's delayed the Titan Gate quite a lot, and it means that Marco's Titan will come out first, and that might be a difficult situation. J4 is taking his TC because the artillery is gone now, but his trade is really non-existent because Marco is just keeping the mercenaries here and nothing all that can be done here. Xia is trying to somehow set his position straight here. And Seattle is really doing nothing right now. His trade is pretty strong. And we see some locusts on J4. Okay, that sucks when you're in position as J4 is right now. Titan Gate is then safe and will be fine. And well, these heroes of Ragnarok are just waiting here, doing nothing right now. But Xia is still going quite nicely here, because so far Seattle doesn't have any priests to take care of those fire giants. They are doing some damage. And here's the bulk of the army from Xia, from his Ragnarok. And well, they did take down the TC. So, something's to happen here. Should happen now. But those long-living mercenaries took care of all the trouble here. And the first Titan is up, going to join in the fun. Another fun from God Lion is also coming up. Is, well, still at only half-life, so that's going to take some time yet. Just maybe. Well, no, he shouldn't get there in time, this Titan. It's very far away for him. The middle is being lost here, but here we go. Another vortex. Unfortunately for him, Shia was waiting for this and left some army here, so he's going to take care of that quite nicely. At this point, this Titan should be taken down to TCs. That's basically what you use the Titan for, to destroy buildings, especially TCs, because it's 20% population limit. If you don't do anything meaningful with it, like destroying military units and such, you're just really shooting yourself in the foot. Schaefer is just on this one TC still, so doesn't have time to build this one. He's probably thinking he might be taking some of this one. And, well, he actually made it in time. Because Gordline obviously had some help there. And if this doesn't go up, this might be just as well very bad game for Dots. So they did, in the end, kill this one. Not sure where this was cast, to be honest. Because no real damage is seen anywhere. So either it was just wasted, or not sure what happened. But this TC is also down, thanks to Shia. And they are trying to eat this, and yes, here we see some fun from Shia on the Titan Gate. But the army is just too small, and yeah, red mercenaries, a lot of towers to block this. This might come up, and God just resigned. Yeah, this was a very tough situation for them, and without the Titan, against the Titan, another one coming up, that would have been really, really tough. Well, I wouldn't really blame this on the luck, to be honest. It seems that Seattle just outplayed him. But well, this was a pretty fun game, so let's have a look at the post game here. Okay, economy. Oh, Marco was the best one here. Fort Lyon, decent food worth. How about civilian at Seattle? 107. That's okay. If you're on 40 Cs when you're on 2, not so much. But it's probably from the time when he was on 4. Yeah, also 106. That's a lot. Otherwise, fine. Military units. T2 definitely going for the best units killed. While Shia was getting wrecked there. Well, no wonder. Concerning upgrades, yeah, that was pretty decent for all of them, so there wasn't really a disadvantage to be had there. Alright, so this was the first game of the match.